red, blue, purple light. Friends, red, blue, purple light. Friends, facts, red, blue, purple light. Friends, red and blue, purple light. Friends, facts, you can get to know the ledger, sacrilegious Sunday to melanin Monday. You can get to know the ledger, my love. Just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road, you better stay on your toes. I was till the land focused on the ego. Then I open my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we're stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah, we gon' put this shit on our backs. Facts, facts, we in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts, peace, love and light. Peace, love to the family. Peace, love and light. To the family. Peace, love and light. To the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you, and it's going to provoke you, and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.
Peace to you and yours. Peace to the family. Peace to you and yours. Welcome, 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 welcome to another episode of Third Eye Thursdays. You are now rocking with the best. Yes, this is your host for the evening, Brother Red Pillar. Let me know how we sounding on the audio, please. Let me know how we sounding on the audio, please. I don't know what's going on with my background, but the shit is blue. You know what I'm talking about? It is what it is. I don't. This is the default background type shit. But yeah, man. Peace to everybody. The audio is watery. I guess that means that we sounding Gucci. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, man. Peace to everybody in the building. Greetings to everybody. You feel me? You said I got the Nintendo Wii background. It's one of those shits, man. One of those. But we in the building. It is a beautiful Thursday. Shout out to everybody pulling up. I see all of y'all. You know what I'm talking about? We're gonna do the roll call and see who is in the building. Let's go ahead and make that happen now. Let's do the roll call. Let's do the roll call. See who is in the building. We got the family coming up in the building. Make yourselves comfortable. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the share button. You feel me? Shout out to the KT aliens. All right. We have Louisiana in the building. Shout out to the Louisiana family. As a matter of fact, we just got a phone call today from the family out in Louisiana. We're putting together that date, that return date. They want us back in New Orleans. They've been calling. They've been hitting up the spot that we was at. They've been asking when are the pillars coming back. So they are requesting our presence in the NO. So we'll keep you up to date when we solidify the date on that. Full moon vibes tonight, y'all. Full moon vibes. We're gonna talk about it. Moon is in Capricorn, y'all. Queens 44 portal. We got Seattle in the building. We got Frisco in the building. All right. We have Griffin in the building. All right. Happy full moon. We have New Bedford in the building. Flintstones in the building. Richmond, Virginia is in the building. All right. We got Florida in the building. AZ is in the building. South Kakalaka in the building. Naptown. Charleston up in this thing. Massachusetts, Jersey, Houston, DMV, Louisiana. We got Tucson. You dig? We got the Bronx. We got Jersey, San Antonio, Philly. The whole 33rd parallel is lit. Talk about it. Talk about it. Y'all gotta fill me in on the hate for the Stone Mountain shit, cause I'm busy living my best life, moving around. I'm hearing cackling and everything, but y'all gotta fill me in on the Stone Mountain hate. You know what I mean? Cause it's not even reaching the top of the mountain. I promise you. I don't know what's being said, but if something is being said, let me know what's being said so we can laugh at it. Harlem is in the building. Florida's in the building. All right. B-More's in the building. We got Louisiana in the building. Ireland is in the building. Massachusetts in the building. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? I don't know. My thing is this. Who do y'all be listening to? That just puts me on notice. Like, y'all have to detox and sanitize from wherever you getting y'all information from, because apparently a lot of people are tied into goofy platforms or the goofy network, and I don't like that for you. I really don't like that for you. That means that y'all been tapping into a lot of goofy frequencies since you've been going through this thing, and it's like, no, that's like the Pied Piper. That shit will only lead you into dark alleys and places where you don't want to be. Ohio is in the building. Alabama's in the building. Massachusetts is in the building. Morocco is in the building. West Side California is in the building. You know what I'm talking about? So who the fuck do y'all be tapped into? You know what I mean? Like, it just is one of those things. Like, you can't be an everybody person. You can't be community. Like, you can't be passed around to everyone, because when you just getting passed around to everybody, how does that even make you, what does that say about you? You know what I mean? Like, you can't be getting pulled in every single direction by every single fucking platform that pops up with a goddamn hotep or peace beloved in its name and whatnot. There is discernment. And if you don't have discernment, then you're going to get beat up in this community more than a lot. You're going to get trampled on. You're going to get pulled in different directions. You're going to get finessed. You're going to get lied to. You're going to get confused. You're going to get downloaded with malware. Hey, you know, it's just a part of I guess it's a part of the journey and whatnot. Everybody learns on their own pace. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're going to get packed up, you know? VA is in the building. DC is in the building. All right. But at the end of the day, everybody is free to whatever frequency they vibrate with. And whatever you attract is the frequency that you must be on. So kudos to everybody that's out there. And I wish you a lot of strength on your journey and whatnot. You know, I wish you strength on all of your journeys. But as you can see, definitely with this platform, we don't platform hate. We don't tell everybody, we don't hate on other platforms. Everybody has a right to exist. This is goddamn it YouTube. I mean, you could start something on your phone for all I know. You know what I mean? In a few minutes. Everybody has the right. Because I promise you, I be dumpster diving myself. I'm not gonna act like I'm holier than thou. I be on YouTube dumpster diving. You know what I'm talking about? On a late night. You know what I mean? The thumbnail might fool me sometimes. It'd be the thumbnail 8 times out of 10. I'm like, what is this? Like the other day I clicked on Umar talking about his jump off. He got new controversy. And I don't mean to throw the homie into the mix like this as we talking about dumpster diving, but I can't get those 30 minutes back that I got from that I went sat down and listened to this dude talk about he was he was with a woman and she smelled like a seafood boil. He was talking about she smelled like a seafood boil, and apparently, allegedly, this is like a conscious stripper 2.0 or 3.0. And she's probably, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know what's going on with the Prince of Pan Africanism, but it's obviously involving a lady. His daughter is alive. For anybody that's wondering, there were rumors that Baby Smurf was something happened to her, but she's alive and thriving. I seen her brushing her hair on live, talking to the camera. So I can't unsee some of the pictures that Dr. Umar was painting because he's so descriptive. You feel me? He's such an orator, you know. So it's like I went dumpster diving. I caught the thumbnail and I was like, "What is this?" And I'm mad that I did that because now I'm caught up in his cyclone of ratchetness. And it's it's a every 2 year thing. It's a 2 year. It's a biannually thing with him. You know what I'm talking about? We're gonna get. I thought it was consciousness over the cookies, sir. I thought it was consciousness over the cookies, sir. What the hell? I just thought that's what it was. I didn't know that was out here smacking bellies. You feel me? So, if anything, at this point in the game, it's like, why not capitalize on the ratchet? Like, just do a whole fucking show. Get with Drewski and just do a show. Just look. So now they're saying these two people are shading the gathering. What gathering have they ever done? What gathering could they ever do? And what the fuck have any one of these Negroes ever done for anybody in this community in the last 10 years? They ain't even been around that long. If y'all don't stop with this stupid shit by bringing up people who are not even fucking relevant, that's not even the help, my nigga. These two names, they're not even the help, bro. They're not even inside of the juke joint. Y'all are talking about motherfuckers that are in the woods and whatnot, chilling outside with Remick and them. Come on, man. Like, let's stop it. Why are y'all even listening to that shit, bro? Didn't homie get packed up before when he went to LA? He got packed up. Like, are you serious? Come on, man. Anyway, come on, son. I think my good brother Dr. Umar has a future in reality television. Um, his life is definitely a movie. Lord knows what goes on on those trips. You know what I'm talking about? Lord knows what's happening in these meetups and whatnot. I'm not being nosy, but it's become part of the zeitgeist. It's become part of the zeitgeist. Like, I don't think y'all understand how long we've been going with this unannounced reality show. You feel me? I mean, the fucking school is a reality show. You know what I'm talking about? The college, the winter, you know what I mean? The countdown for the goddamn the high school or whatever. That's a reality show in and of itself. But shout out to him and shout out to he said, is he our Tiger King? Shout out to him and shout out to his reality show. All right, man. Shout out to his reality, his whole, yeah. Shout out to Lynn and Honor too. This shit is crazy. But it's opening this semester. Right. You know how they got like the Instagram get ready with me clips, like get ready with me and everything. I think that they should do a get ready with Umar as he gets ready to open up that school and whatnot on opening day. I think that there was a flood. I don't know. It's a lot of shit going on. I really don't know. I really don't know, bro. I couldn't give you the intel if you paid me. I really don't know. You know. Um, but what I do know is that a brother like Kenneth and so many other people um have some very great things to say about that experience in Stone Mountain, that they are still vibrating on a high frequency, still having downloads, still experiencing the connectivity and the networking of that quote unquote gathering, still looking at the weather and the grids activated and bearing witness to Mother Nature completely waking up after a gathering of melanated high frequency beings tapped into a crystal. I mean, listen. I'm not here to convince anybody of anything, because to be honest with you, if you were there, there's nothing to talk about. If you were not there, then there's a lot to talk about. You know what I'm talking about? But I'm just not the one to talk about it. You know, I'm not the one to talk about it. There's a ton of videos on YouTube where people who climbed the mountain were there. Because look, it boils down to two things. There's people who climb the mountain, then there's people that never climbed the mountain. Those are two different people. There's people who read books about climbing mountains, then there's people who got on that bitch and actually climbed it. The conversation is different from the book smart people than the people who actually live that shit. The conversation is different. I just want to show you something real quick. So before we move on, I'm gonna show you something real quick to give us some context. Hold on, let's. What does it say? Does it say 14 years ago on the video? It says 14 years ago, right? Okay. That's Snow Mountain, ladies and gentlemen. This is Stone Mountain. This is in 20. This is 14 years ago. Some people weren't even born that long ago.
Bloods in a trip, we was walking the yard. Had a red pill crip walking with gods. You are now talking to God. Devils in a red dress and stalking the card. In my charts, I got New York in my cards. Planets in
A very long time ago, right here. We cooking on top of Stone Mountain.
So go water. This is weak. This is spoken revelations. The killers is me. Niggas falling up, they swear about $1 million a week.
Here go KT.
Back in ancient Kemet, they studied the
Sitting in
mystic
the
arts.
trees
The meanest
rapping.
talk was operate from the heart. Imagine a sacred kingdom of elders that came the straw set. And we
They go Blue Pill.
Probably about to introduce scripts with wings. How else they gonna outrun Po? It is politic or transform like Ultron. Due to a rise in the lies, I kept my eyes on a prize like Lionel. Shit, sight me on sight like Obadiah. I can see Zion well. Observe me in all of my splendor. High as hell. Blue pill. That's how we do. Royal Immortals, my East Coast. Super hate rules. You know how we do. Y'all think this is a motherfucking game? We ain't playing. They flap their wings on this one. Shit, soon.
Yeah, so this shit been this been going down. You see Blue with the P. Diddy Mohawk? Did it rain that day? I don't think so. This was the day after KT had got married and whatnot. And we went to we pulled up. Is it a yearly thing? I don't know. We've been doing it for 3 years since we came back to Atlanta. This is our 3rd year doing it with Black Magic, but I can't necessarily say that it's a yearly thing. It just happens, you know what I'm saying? It just happens. But when we was on Stone Mountain 14 years ago, we wasn't just up there to be up there. We knew what it was. We knew that it was a KKK type of thing. We knew that every time that we went on that mountain, we was shifting the energy. We knew it had to be done in order to shift the energy. We knew who we was up against. We knew that niggas in that was born, that lived their whole life was kind of like intimidated by the stories and the lore about the mountain, the urban, oh, we gotta stay off of that mountain. Them white people gonna hang you. All of that shit. So, like, this is what we've been doing. It's just that we did it with the community years later. But we've been putting on work. We've been putting work on the mounds. We've been putting work in wherever we go. And the type of work that we put in, I'm not about to get on the internet on YouTube and talk about it. Like that has nothing to do with the public, bro. You know what I'm talking about? That don't got shit to do with YouTube. This is before YouTube. So the energy is pure. And there's nothing that nobody could say or do or sit in a motherfucking basement and try to sway, you know what I mean? My big thing is this: do your big one. Whoever the fuck has something to say, what happened to doing your big one? It's the summer of 2025. Why you niggas ain't outside, bro? I'm outside, I'm everywhere, and you're never there. Like, do your big one. Whoever's outside, women, man, child, goat, whatever the fuck, a bird, do your big one. What is your big one? What does it look like? Do your big, that's not even our big one. Do your big one, my G. Because if you're not doing your big one, then you can't even talk, bro. You don't even have the right to open your pie hole. If you can't even do your big one, if you're not gathering the people and shifting the paradigm. And I'm talking about doing your big one to whereas you got to step, you got to do some big stepper shit. And I need to see the human residents. I need to see the weather patterns for the next 7 days. I need to see meteorites landing. I need to see earthquakes and volcanoes going off. Like, do your big one. You got it in you. You got it in you, bro. You know what I'm talking about? You got it in you. I want to sit back and light one up and just watch you niggas cook. You got it in you, but where you at? Where you at? I mean, come on now. So, had some fine ladies on that mountain. The finest. Yeah, the finest. The finest. They had the finest on that mountain. You know what I'm talking about? Now y'all gonna make me start uploading shit. Damn. I ain't even want to go.
Mastery.
But now I gotta do it.
All right, we getting ready to start, family. Can everybody hear me? Yes. Can everybody hear me? Yes. Shortest one with the biggest mouth. Right. Came out screaming about my mother's womb. I was screaming. Ah! I'm gonna bring on Blue. He's gonna bring on Sharif. We're gonna keep on going. Then we have our sister Vicky, and we're gonna keep on our brother Billy. We're gonna keep on going so we can get this meditation and this groove on. Y'all all right?
Wow, wow.
Y'all sure y'all can hear me?
Wow, wow.
We'll be mad
I
too
don't
if
know
I
if
don't
you
get
can
an
hear me, but
invite.
you can hear me.
Huh?
Yeah.
Niggas is ops.
Here's Blue. Round of Pope Pablo in the building. Give him a round of applause.
Let's play.
With his beautiful empress.
Yes.
Come on, come over here.
Never
girl.
Blue First Lady of Mineral Ministries. And as the Pope of Mineral Ministries, we are standing on one of the most profound minerals on this planet. This is a quartz crystal called Stone Mountain, and we're literally standing on the center point, the geodetic center point of Stone Mountain. Right here is where we tether ourselves and screw into the earth.
That's right.
Of this center. This is where the volcano goes down to.
I mean.
So in Bakwa, which is an internal martial arts system, and I'm standing next to who we call our brother. This is the Grand Sheik, but he's also seafood. Oos. So our brother, Dr. B is not here, but he's teaching a kinesiology class.
Of a place you want to be. Any place right now. Think of it.
I'm here.
Praise the Lord. All right, open your eyes. If the non-physical part of yourself is the real self, that means the real self, whatever you thought of, was there. There is no limitation on the mind. None. None. We were tricked into thinking backwards that this is the real thing. That's backwards. Into the rock. All the way down, all the way down.
This is work right
There
here.
you go.
This is working.
Now, you're going to imagine, remember, that's the real reality. You're going to imagine roots growing out of the centers of.
Sometimes if you blink, you'll miss it, right? Sometimes if you blink, you'll miss it. Like, this is the preparation. He opened up and prepared people and put us in this mental state and whatnot to get ourselves right. This was a walking meditation, right? This is the
bottom
ritual.
of your feet.
This is the ceremony.
All the way through the bottom of the mountain. The lower they go, the wider they spread. Keep your mind on those roots. Very nice. Very nice.
Something a priority, it happened. We manifested this. They manifested this all together. Big Rich manifested this. Everybody collectively, collective consciousness manifested this reunion on the top of the mountain.
A reunion.
A reunion, thank you, a reunion. And this is amazing because everyone here is on the same frequency. There's no hate. There's no jealousy, there's no envy, there's no backbiting, backstabbing, talking about nobody. All I hear is love.
More love, more love.
And that's what we just need to be more of. We need to produce.
My brother had an emotional moment, Billy Carson. He started tearing up. He had an emotional moment because he basically felt the love. He felt that, you know, where home really is. Sometimes you can forget where home is.
And we need to show out and give out to the world more love, and we're going to receive more love back. This is Men's Mental Health Month. I don't know if you knew that, right? And I think this month is so important. I learned so many mental gems and mental lessons this month as a man. You know, and it's amazing because I'm 53. I'm about to be 54 in September. September 4th. Come on. And but it's amazing how you continue to learn if you are open to learning and understanding. True. And dealing with things in your life that have been traumatizing, things that have been holding you back. At every single level, every one of us is on a different journey. But I do want to mention that, yes, this is Men's Mental Health Month, and it unfortunately hadn't been made, a big thing was not made of it. But it's so important. A man's mental health is so important. Yeah. Men are right now leading the world in suicide. One man commits suicide every single minute of the day.
Oh yeah, we ain't gonna run the whole thing today.
One man commits suicide every single minute. Every 60 seconds that go by, another man's taking his life.
Top, his name is B-Day!
We're gonna keep the frequency high. We're gonna keep the frequency high. Hey, on the count of 3, we're gonna say Atlanta is Atlantis 7 times.
This is what brought the storms. This is what brought the mother effing storms. Don't sleep on us.
1, 2, 3.
Let's go!
Now, they just had a meteorite
Yes, sir.
just hit Blacksville, Georgia.
Blacksville.
Right?
Blacksville.
Not a coincidence. And we all know that, you know, Atlanta is on the 33rd parallel, which is not a coincidence. So there's a magnetic energy here. So anytime that you have meteorites streaming down, that means that there's a certain magnetism here. And that's us. That's the cosmic convergence of the 144,000. So everything that you're seeing taking place right now is prophetic. Anytime you have a magnetic energy close to a dark energy ley line, it creates portals, right? So you got many different birds, you got bees out here right now, because those energies alone creates the vibrational frequency.
Now, if you found yourself that you didn't make it, I don't want you to take it personal. I don't want you to start, what's the word? Taking that energy and turn it into something negative. First and foremost, I want to say that I'm honored that anybody that listens to this channel, any of the KTLians who listen to me, trusted me enough to be there. You feel me? We didn't really sell this event. Like we wasn't like selling the event like this is the must, you must be here. And it wasn't a lot of marketing behind the Stone Mountain Strong End. To be honest with you, I was putting together the whole Strong End up until like the day, up until we put this together, the itinerary and all of that. This was changing like by the day, right? But what did I do? I made sure that I invested a lot of energy. I invested money. I invested time. I brought people to the city. I flew them here. I put them up at Airbnbs. You feel me? I brought talent to the city because what I didn't want to happen is I didn't want this to only be about us going up on that mountain and then everybody just dissipates and goes home and we just stuck with that one memory. I wanted to create a whole Strong End built around that. And it happened successfully. Nobody got hurt in the process. You feel me? We brought this sister to town. She did a big thing and whatnot. She did her big thing. She got to talk in front of an audience for about an hour and change. She was booked to speak for 30 minutes, right? That's what we brought her to do, to speak for 30 minutes, but her father died the day that her plane landed in Atlanta and whatnot. So she got as much time as she needed in order to get her quote unquote therapy and her healing, because the theme of the whole strong end was healing. Right? That's the theme that we made before we knew anything about her situation or anybody else's situation. It was about healing. And then we're all teachers. So we can't have teachers in town and we don't teach. So we did the American Gods on Sunday with our good brother Sharif. And right here is a list of things that we had prepared. We had a quote unquote brunch. I partnered with YG Urban Cafe, which is a melanated owned business. Every business that I supported and whatnot was all melanated owned. So I put money in everybody's pocket. I made sure that everybody got to eat. You feel me? Whether it's the food businesses, I was trying to get ride shares, melanated ride shares, in order to shuttle the people around and whatnot. I made sure to make to book the bookstore, and I booked the quote unquote 640 in the West End, so they could have their places packed. You feel me? And we did good business with them. And people came and people enjoyed themselves. Brothers was able to bring their whizzes and they got dressed up and they took a night on the town, and they were surrounded by people who they usually see in the chat. And they were like, this is them in real life. I stayed up to 5 a.m. on 2 nights to make sure that everybody that was outside was safe and everybody was pleased. We smoked the cigars from Brother Rich. We did toast. We drink champagne. We smoked trees and whatnot. We ate vegan donuts. We were networking. We were building. We were laughing. We were joking. I don't care what nobody has to say about Stone Mountain and if you were not there, you know what I mean? That's the first red flag, because it was an open invitation to anybody who claims that they are conscious and whatnot. No disrespect, no highbrow type of chest beating and whatnot. But if Brother Rich makes a certain call and KTL makes a certain call, just because of our seniority and the fact that we are the ones that is frontline in this whole fucking movement at this point, it should be honored. We're not beefing with nobody. We don't have problems with anybody. We don't have drama with nobody in this world. You feel me? So why wouldn't people just pull up? It's your community. It's not even about us. The people that you saw on that mountain, that only represents 0.001% of this community. And the teachers that you saw on the mountain, there's about 50 other teachers that did not make it to that mountain. You know, the KTs, the AAs, you know, the ICers, the mama pills, you know, Sister Myra's, so many people that didn't even, the Ra'akuls, it's a lot of people that didn't even come through. But we all represent each other. You feel me? And the people who showed up, they represent their teachers and what they came in their spirits and whatnot. You smell me? So yeah, it's laughable at most, you know what I mean? And then it's sad to some degree that people are still filled with so much lower frequencies, hatred, jealousy. And it's a level of fear, because whenever you see somebody making big moves like that and you're not doing those moves, it almost triggers a sense of you have to somewhat defend yourself for your lack of activity or your lack of gathering or your lack of community service or your lack of ideas. And then you start throwing shade and whatnot. But you can't sprinkle salt on a turtle shell, on a turtle shell. You can't sprinkle salt on a turtle shell. So we know who's doing the work and we know who's not doing the work. So we're going to carry on and move on to the next powerful event because it's just more stacking. We got more things coming down the pipeline. You know, shout out to the Houston family. Shout out to Top Cat. Shout out to the Miami family. We got people in Miami reaching out to us. Shout out to the Detroit family, right? Shout out to a lot of them. You know what I mean? We're getting a lot of people reaching out. So when we put everything together and whatnot, we're going to let you know what the new dates. We got a lot of dates coming up. There was a lot of reaching out from brothers and sisters around the United States of America that basically want to start making some moves and making some things happen. So, you know, I've been working with Spence City, who's in the building right now. Shout out to Spence City in the building. He's doing monumental things. Make sure y'all check out Techno Tuesdays if y'all haven't checked it out. And make sure y'all check out the class that we're doing. We start our workshop mañana on 7/11. Mañana, we start our workshop, and it lasts for 4 Fridays leading up into August. And this is called the Triple A workshop, the Triple AI workshop. And the triple A's in the AI is automation, agentic AI, and APIs. And we'll fill you in on that a little more into the show. We have a commercial that we'll be playing, give you a better understanding of that. So shout out to Professor Griff. Right, this is another thing that just took place that I want to, and also for people that's asking, the lecture that Sharif did, American Gods, that is going to be available for replay, I think as early as tomorrow. All right, as early as tomorrow. But this right here was on Monday. How many people was in the building on Monday for this right here? This right here, I did this at Nicholas. Black Dot came out. Shout out to Black Dot. Shout out to Urban X. You know what I mean? Urban X TV, Black Dot, and Professor Griff. We put a classic on. Hold on. Let me see if the replay is it. Okay, I think, yeah. We put a straight classic on. Shout out to the legends. Yeah. Hold on a minute. Shout out to Professor Griff. Shout out to Black Dot. Shout out to Monique. Blue Pill was in the building. Shout out to Blue. Shout out to everybody that pulled up to Nicholas. And that was literally one day of planning. That came about in one day of planning. Shout out to them. You know what I mean? People really responded to that. They popped up. They popped out. And yeah, they were in the building, and we did a classic, me, Black Dot, and our good brother Professor Griff. I'm going to pull up a quick clip, and I'm going to show you a quick clip of what it is that we did. This is available. The replay is available, so y'all make sure y'all tap into this classic and whatnot.
And so let's see what you can do with that. And what he did was amazing. You know what I mean? Because he had the streets. Right. And so Ciroc became a prominent brand, right? Then he wanted to get in business. What was the name of the next liquor? The one. Diageo. Yeah, that one. Diageo. And he wanted a better deal. And they was like, stay in your place and stick with this nigga juice, whatever it is that, you know, don't try to move yourself up in another realm. Right. And as a result, it led to him claiming that he was going to bring them up on racial charges. Now, this company is worth $100, $200 billion. Right. They don't hang out with regular people. They up in the mountain. Understand this too.
Section.
White
He went
America
in.
vicariously. And so
Diddy,
Then we had Professor Griff. He was going crazy.
about who's really running this thing, all right, shut him down. And they used a flunky called Chuck D to do it. You
Oh yeah,
already
he was
know
going in on Chuck.
P. Diddy is a psychopath.
He was going in.
Shielded, but I was trying to help you pass this information on to your children.
Black nationalists in education.
We had the brother Q Butter in the building. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Q Butter. Q Butter has, shots definitely fired. You know what I mean? Shots definitely fired. He said, Professor Griff said in the lecture that Chuck D is the ambassador for the State Department, for the USA State Department. And if anybody knows anything about the USA State Department, they are the ones who destabilize governments, and they usually are the ones responsible for coup d'etats and things of that nature. So Chuck D should have more knowledge than to allow the government to use him as a pawn and whatnot. So yeah, he is somewhat of a goof in the eyes of those who are real serious about this work. So the good brother Q Butter, I saw his newer institution. He started an institution out of his brownstone many moons ago for children, where he was teaching them STEM, and he was teaching them all forms of, it's like a homeschooler slash charter school where they teach the children engineering, mathematics, building with their hands and whatnot, and all things STEM. So he recently expanded his operations, and I saw his new operations that he currently has. He's building out his second school. It's in Brownsville. When it's finished being built out, I will be holding a summer camp. Hopefully it's done before the summer is over. If it's not done before the summer is over, we're going to be doing some type of camp for children dealing with AI. I'm going to bring all of my guns to Brooklyn, and we're going to teach these young melanated, X-Men, these young mutants. We're going to teach them the AI, and we're going to let them, quote unquote, take this thing to heights that have never been seen before. But I trust that the brother, he's doing his thing. We need more people doing their thing for the children. We need more fathers. He's a father of 3, I believe. We need more fathers. And Q Butter he's my type of teacher, because he's 1 foot in the hood and 1 foot in the quote unquote classroom and whatnot. He's respected by the streets. People know his pedigree. He also is an engineer who runs a studio, so he's locked in with the rappers. I believe he recorded the song Big Drip from Fabio in his studio and whatnot. So he has a few plaques on his wall, but he leads by example. You know what I'm talking about? He leads by example. Everybody can't be a bookworm. Everybody can't, be straight up and, collegiate and whatnot. We need a balance, because we are reaching areas and we are reaching very dark corners and whatnot. And we're speaking to people who are considered to be very far out of reach. Okay. But you would be surprised what those very far out of reach students can bring to the table when they are, quote unquote, taught properly, and when they're polished, when that rough stone is polished and whatnot. You'd be surprised what kind of gemstones these children are. You know what I mean? So shout out to him and his building. Shout out to the Moors. I need y'all to build some schools for these children, or have 1,000 seats. You know what I'm talking about? Because before we even get to anything, we need to get to what's in front of us. And it's daycare, it's childcare, and it is schooling. Because I've watched Moors and other groups pull on their quote unquote, pull on their coattails and do a lot of rebel rousing and a bunch of shit for damn near a decade or 2. And it's like, where's the action? Like, where's the building at? You know what I mean? And that's really organizations. It falls on your shoulders when it comes to buildings because you have the numbers. So you have the credit, you have the numbers, you have the tax credit, you have a lot of things that scattered individuals might not have. And even if your organization, like a Nation of Islam or 5%, or even if you have schools for only your children, I think that you should still open up, like how the church will open up their quote unquote community center for others. You know, there's other, you know what I mean? Like it should be open for just more than your members. If you are about uplifting fallen humanity and you care for your people, you know what I mean? You should extend some type of quote unquote services for the people that need it the most. These single mothers, they need it. They need daycare. They need somewhere to send these children that is not going to break their pockets. And they need the children to be in places where they're not going to be abused, lied to, programmed, harmed, indoctrinated, all of that type of shit, groomed. You feel me? So where's the organizations that they really stand for something? Y'all, it's about the works at the end of the day. Where's the proof of the works? So shout out to Q Butter. He got proof of work. No matter what somebody would say, oh, he's from the hood and he got proof of work. He's doing hood shit that you're not doing. So even without a nationality or a birth certificate, well, all of that shit that y'all say, you still need to teach these babies. And that's the problem. Y'all are so arrogant and so I'm beginning to believe what they said about the Moors selling our people out, because it's so arrogant that you know what I mean? People are so, and it's almost like it's an unsaid thing. It's like, yo, if you don't abide by our doctrine or our dogma, then we're going to overlook you type shit, or we're going to watch your baby suffer and we're not going to lift a finger. And that's concerning. That's very concerning and troubling and whatnot. But shout out to the real ones out there, the ones who really, really want to see change, the nurturers, the nourishers, the teachers. We need y'all. You feel me? We need y'all, yo. You know? And when the children know that the teachers or the institution has some type of love and care for them through their actions, then you can start pushing shit like, yo, we're going to take your birth certificate and flip it. We need your social security card and your blood type and all of this personal information. And, we need you to trust us. Have to build it first. You could build it by giving them workshops. You could build it by teaching them how to be industrious. You could build it by teaching them how to get into journalism, like Noble Drew Ali charged you and said that you should have a quote unquote printing press. Every temple should have a printing press, and you should be on the forefront of media. Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to that? You feel me? That every single temple should be a media outlet. It should all be podcast rooms set up, content houses. You feel me? Where's your mics? Where's your podcast at? Y'all got one goofy running around being the face of the Moors and whatnot, and y'all losing that war. So where's it at? Why is there not more of it? And even if it's not for the quote unquote Moors, it could be for the community. So that's just my humble opinion. Shout out to Q Butter and the work that he's doing. Shout out to him. But yeah, he opened up
something beyond what people are typically associated with. Nothing against playing drums or just daisikis, but we got to carry ourselves into the future in a way that's going to make us competitive and make us something that's going to be not just gainfully employed, but something that can strategically provide us with a means of sustainability. It's a big challenge to say we want to create, scientists, and then they're going to work for somebody else. So the goal is to create an environment that we can sustain ourselves with students who are going to be gainfully employed. You come to our institute, we now have the data to be able to show you that we'll get your child out of high school 1 year earlier. They stay in our program, they will be involved in STEM. They will go into college. They will take SAT tests. They will take PSAT tests. They will get introduced to, he does the STEM AI class. We have a robust AI program. We have a robust coding program.
Happened to have a nickname that went by the name of Frank Black. All right. So gonna have to get with
this is just, I'm giving y'all some back. This is the replay of the lecture that we just did on Monday. Professor Griff, Brother Red Pill, and our good brother Black Dot. This was about the Diddy trial.
The same people that did the sketches for Scorpion, who has very rebellion. So once again,
we was going in
because of the level of psych to inaugurate and to usher amoral guys through sigils or these bars that they see in Silicon Valley. Anti-hero. See a dead body? Taxo black thing in society underneath their quote unquote watch.
So I think I'm gonna drop the link. I think, yeah, the replay is available for anybody that wants to get it. The link is also in the description for anybody that sees it and whatnot and wants to tap in with that, add that to your collection. See what the OGs are talking about and how they're giving it up. You know what I mean? As I said before, Black Dot and Professor Griff are some of the quote unquote, they're the godfathers of these conversations. You know what I mean? They're the godfathers of these conversations. Okay. Okay, Frank Black was an actor that played the Joker. I was not aware of that. You know, I was not aware of that. So I'm gonna look into that. But yeah, man, this was a bomb ass lecture, and yeah, it's waiting for you on a replay. As many know, we did a show. We did a show on the Guadalupe River, and what was that? Was that on Sunday? Yeah, Sacrilegious Sunday. We did a show on the Guadalupe River, and we also brought some information dealing with these natural weather occurrences and whatnot. And ever since that show, the night of that show, Galveston, Texas, had floods. No, not Galveston. I'm sorry, Durham, North Carolina. It wasn't even in Texas. So we talked about the Guadalupe River in Texas, but Durham, North Carolina had a quote unquote flash flood, and the water rose up 20 some odd feet in the span of 2 to 3 hours. So Durham, North Carolina went underwater. Shout out to everybody in Durham. I hope that you are okay. I hope that anybody who is an avid listener, a KTLian, that you are safe and you are not damaged, and you know, you were able to make it through. But everywhere that I look, all around the world, from China to the South America, Mexico, Lake Tahoe, they got earthquakes going off. Our volcanoes are erupting. Everywhere that I turn, there's some type of, oh yeah, New Mexico had massive floods. Everywhere that I turn, we're seeing a quote unquote rise in the terra firma, Mother Nature. A lot of massive floods, a lot of activity. Once again, I heard the debate about cloud seeding that took place in Texas. I heard about the blue rain. I heard about a lot of that. You know what I mean? They had houses floating down the street. I saw that. I'm still compelled to not give the credit to these European mad scientists. I'm holding back from giving it the harp, from saying that the devil plays the harp. I'm still holding, because it's, from what I see, I don't know. I was on that mountain, y'all. I was on that mountain. Let's go and see something else from that mountain. I was on that mountain, man, and a lot of shit was being done up there. I don't know, man. I don't know a part with this shit.
Antique, Spiritus, Apollonus, Donna, Nobius, Verbum, Divinum, Cumea, Erythrea, Delphica, Terratita, Persica, Ovos, Que, Oracula, Mystica, De Futuris, Canatitis, Adnas, Noc, Venente, Animos, Nostros, Illuminates, Vocameres, Vosper, Potentium, et Sanctum, Ignum, ut Sanctium, et.
La vérité, say la vérité.
Having invoked the ancient, original Black Vatican.
Come on now.
Meaning divining serpent. This is not about a gender war.
To this day.
It's about a portal. And it's about the original order of things. And these are the women that belong to all of us. And through them, they ushered in untold numbers of the golden age. No king made a major decision. High-level governmental leaders came to them first before they did anything.
That's right.
And because they gave to them, they sold to them, they were blessed, you see? And so we remember them on this high mountain, Brother Rich. And we invoke their names with these wind words. Would you go with me for a moment? As a little girl in Mississippi, where my Mississippi folks? I met somebody. The keys to all the people come through us. So it's not about a gender war. It's about the right ordering of things. Seek first the kingdom. Honor us first. And guess what will happen? Everything else will be added. No king went to war. No general made a decision. And yes, we're out of line now. But let's go back to the original so that we can take the new world into the golden age. We're on the mountain now, baby.
Talk about it.
Do you remember your ancestors' name? If you don't, say to my unknown ancestors, go as far back as you can. And as you release their names, beloved, I'm going to release a prayer at the same time simultaneously, yes? And so on the count of 3, I want you to release as many names as you can. Activate gifts. Touch your heart now. If you're a divine feminine, touch your womb. If you're a divine feminine, touch your heart and your womb. If you're my male brothers, touch your heart, please, with both hands. We activate the divine codes on the inside of us. Every cell in our body, I give permission of the untold gifts, locked dormant gifts, to unleash and to unlock and to come forth now. I say, we bring in the new world, and we affirm that of this kingdom, there shall be no end. So it is. So it is. So it is. And finally, there was more, but I only want to say this. I use the Bible as a book of magic because of its corruption, because of its different things, but there's still magic in it. The vestiges that are there. So principally, I want you to hear me declare this in a prophetic, magical sense. Yes? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Ezekiel 37. Yes. You just invoked your ancestors, yes? Yes. So the hand of the Lord was with me, this prophet Ezekiel, and brought me out of the spirit of the Lord and set me in the middle of the valley. It was full of bones. He led me back and forth among them, and I saw a great many bones on the floor of the valley, bones that were very dry.
She said it.
He asked me, son of man, can these bones live? I'm asking you.
She said it.
Can these bones live?
Yes. Yes, sir.
I said, Sovereign Lord, you alone know. Then he said to me, prophesy to these bones and say to them, dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. Repeat after me. Are y'all ready? Yes. Dry bones.
Dry bones.
Who are you talking to? Dry bones. Dry bones. Hear the word. Of the Lord. This is what the the sovereign Lord says to these bones, I will make breath into you and you will come to life. I will attach tendons to you and make flesh come upon you and cover you with skin. I will put breath in you and you will come to life. Then you will know that I am the Lord. Watch this. He continues. And finally, this is what he says. So I prophesied as I was commanded, and breath into them. Didn't he have us starting to breathe? Didn't he do breath exercises with us? Didn't he tell us we've already taken it back? Yes? Yes. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and breath into them. They came to life and stood up on their feet as what? A vast army. Y'all ready to go to war? Yeah. War is a part of peace. War is a part of the Mayat. They're not contrary to each other. They're necessary. It's the war that forms. It's the war that alchemizes. It's the war that shapes. So we embrace it, yes?
Yes.
So I ended here. Then he said to me, Son of man, these bones are the people of Israel. We're seeing this prophetically, right? They say our bones are dried and our hope is gone and we're cut off. Therefore prophesy and say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. My people, I'm going to open your graves and bring you up from them. I will bring you back to the land of Israel, and then you, my people, will know that I am the Lord. I will open your graves and bring you up from them. I will put my spirit in you, and you will live and settle in your own. Receive that prophetically, magically. And I'm going to stop now. Yes? Peace be unto you.
So literally, conversation being forged is of people who are there versus people who are not there, who decided that they wanted to speak against 1,000 people who were charged up and who saw magic in real time. Y'all might want to rethink that. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all might want to rethink that, because at the end of the day, y'all are disrespecting about 1,000 different people. Matter of fact, you're disrespecting 144,000, maybe 144 million. But at the end of the day, like, there's nothing that needs to be said, bro. You know what I mean? The magic has been done. These ancestors were on the hill with us. Shout out to my brother Mo in the audience, right? We still working on this movie and whatnot, but I'm gonna give y'all a preliminary. These were the masters that were on that mountain. No disrespect to any other the masters like the Dr. Yorks of the world and everybody. I'm not excluding those master teachers because they are present in the bodies of all of their students. But when we talk about the conscious community, that's what we always try our best to explain, that there's a specific lineage of teachers who built out this community. That's who we recognize. That's who we speak of when we say conscious community. You can't throw everybody in that quote unquote bag, right? You cannot. It doesn't belong in that same bag. There were communities that existed before the conscious community, and we speak about it from that perspective. But the conscious community that came about from the metaphysical underground and the dark matter think tank, the Dr. Yorks, they were the teachers of some of our teachers, right? Dr. Ben, they were the teachers of some of our teachers, right? But people don't really understand what this community is and who comprises the community and who the teachers or the master teachers of the community are. Dr. York is a master teacher of this community. Farrakhan, Elijah, Noble Drew Ali, all of them are the master teachers, right? But the student body that was on that mountain, they've been taught by a group of teachers over the past 30 some odd years. And these are some of the teachers that were on that mountain. Okay? These are the teachers that were represented on that mountain. And this is not the only ones. This is just the ones that we put in this video. There are more who will be represented. You understand me? But these are the main, these are the teachers who have charged up a large majority of the students who was on that mountain that day, especially on their quote unquote spiritual Anunnaki, Alien, Metaphysical, God Body Journey. You have, of course, Dr. C. Freemanell, Dr. Sabi, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark. You have Dr. York. You have many people that are not in this video. Okay, Hakeem Bey, Taj Tariq Bey, Sister Yafa Bey. You feel me? There's many people, but we included these four on the side of Stone Mountain because in our minds, when we remove C. Freemanell, who is Bobby Hemmett's teacher, he is another one who was on that mountain. All of the master teachers were on that mountain. But I'm doing we're putting this together, me and the good brother Mo. I gave him these names. I'm gonna give him more names because we're not finished. Okay. But these are the energies that are being represented very strongly on that mountain. They have when I spun around, that's the students that I was looking in the eyes of Panic students, Bobby students, Delbert students, Phil students, many other teacher students, of course. Okay. But when we go places, we don't gotta, the master teachers don't gotta, if we there, then they there. When we're there, they're there. If they can't make it up the hill, my nigga, we on the hill for them. When they made it, when I saw Billy, I saw Delbert. When I saw the young gods, I saw the OGs too. You feel me? So we carry our master teachers everywhere that we go, and their teachings and their energy and everything is going to be felt, and it's going to wake things up. I shit you not. It is a deadly combination. Deadly for the ops, wonderful and beautiful for our people and our ancestors. You know that they were smiling. Yeah. Azazel, brother Dawood, we will not forget about anyone. No man left behind. We're not leaving nobody behind. So I don't want nobody to start coming up with these weird ass neglectful feelings like people are trying to forget about you. No, nobody's being left, no man left behind, no master teacher left behind. You feel me? There's a pantheon of master teachers. Henceforth, while I was doing my damnness to put them on t-shirts. So the hood in the trenches and ninjas that get fly, you know what I mean? They could wear them like billboards. Since they want to wear everything else, we might as well put our master teachers on our chest. But no, we're going to keep everybody alive. We're going to keep them thriving. And when we are dead and gone, or when we transcend and we ascend, hopefully our loved ones, family members, or some of our honorable students will carve us in the side of a mountain. Because you know they're gonna have the 3D printing machines and stuff like, you know. Yeah. So yeah, we want to be carved. We want a whole mountain of quartz, crystal, maybe amethyst, to put about 100 master teachers on there. There's about 100 if you really add them up. Maybe a little bit under, but yeah, we want that. You know, we want that. That's how you balance things out. That's how you give back. You feel me? I don't know what the hell they got on the side of Stone Mountain right now, but it ain't us. So that shit gotta go. Straight like that. It's gonna have to be removed one way or another. Facts. You know? Facts. Whatever land we decide that we're going to domicile and all collectively build on, that land is going to have some type of mountain ranges. It's going to have some type of megalithic rock structures, and we would choose those rock structures to carve out our quote unquote statues of the great ones. All right, that's what we will do, and it's not idolatry and none of that stupid shit. It's basically honoring the great ones, you know, who stood 100 feet tall when they were alive, and they didn't fold and they didn't shrink, and they were not small. So they get 100-foot statues. Facts. So I'm putting all of this out there in the universe willingly on this moon and whatnot. So that's my affirmation. Let's read up on this moon real quick before we get out of here. You know what I mean? So we could get charged up, and we could have something to do after we leave in terms of our magic. We could actively apply it. But this is a buck moon. This is a buck moon. I remember on 2020, they had a buck moon on the 4th of July. That was around the same time that they had that march on Stone Mountain with In Fact. Remember the group that was armed, right? Remember them? That was around the same time. But yeah, let me check it out. Shout out to all of my Capricorns in the building. Shout out to all of my Caps. All right. Buck full moon and Capricorn and the Death card are pushing the zodiac sign to let go to what no longer works. The full buck moon on the 10th, which is today, is a powerful time for transformation, especially for Virgo natives. This moon phase, known for its energy of growth and renewal, is shining a light on the need to release old patterns. Under this lunar influence, Virgos are being guided to embrace change and make space for new beginnings. Why is it about Virgo? Hold on. Give me a minute, bruh. Yeah, shout out to the Virgos. Well, we're just not about to. We can't exclude everybody else. Here's how to rise while the world is crumbling during the July 2025 full buck moon in Capricorn. There's a full moon rising in the grit and grind, strive and shine sign of the sea goat. The full buck moon will peak on Thursday, July 10th at 4:36 p.m. at 18 degrees of Capricorn. Each month, the moon gives through 8 phases. This month, the moon falls in Capricorn, where our dented sky mirror is said to be in detriment, meaning it's challenging for her to express or embody her lunar power. Right? The moon governs the unseeable, the intuitive, and the emotional, while Capricorn rules pay dirt, tangible structure, resilience, and reward. This is an earth sign that venerates a grin and bear it ethos, where you don't let the bastards get you down or see you cry. Although these energies seem at odds, Capricorn is symbolized by the mythical sea goat, a creature of intersexing opposition, half goat, half fish, a marriage of hard won, hooves down wisdom and sage surrender to the variable ideas of life. The moon will form a powerful trine with Mars, our planet of will, giving us a jolt of courage and a beneficial sprinkling of BDE that encourages us to own our own capabilities and be emboldened by having survived our failures. You can't spell confidence without con, folks. The full moon in Cap Daddy will also see Saturn, the ruler of this moon, form an exact sextile to Uranus, our planet of disruption and revolution, in cahoots, the planet of upheaval, which is Uranus, and the planet of karma and legacy, which is Saturn, can aid and abet radical, meaningful changes that are built to last and designed with our betterment in mind. During the full moon, Saturn will also be cheek to cheek with Neptune, our planet of dreams and delusions, ideals, and escape. When planets are in close conjunction, their energies blend, and this mix is particularly beneficial. As dreams are anchored by action and reality is sweetened with the perfume of possibility. Saturn will also form a sextile with Death Daddy Pluto, a planet of power and transformation, suggesting how we structure our lives and conceive of the world at large could shift dramatically and irrevocably. Bear in mind, my babies, that Saturn and Pluto are rarely gentle, but always pushing us, often on hands and knees, with throats raw and cheeks wet, towards a brighter beginning that we can't see from where we fall. The full moon always shines the opposite of the sun. This week, that polarity falls on Cancer Capricorn axis, known as the axis of family. This polarity is home to the dual forces of intimacy and ambition. In terms of archetypes, Cancer is the great cosmic moon synced mother, drunk on tit nectar and sea spray, high on intuition and hypersensitive to both beauty and brutality. Capricorn, meanwhile, is the stern, tough love, black coffee, punishing standards, no sugar daddy of the zodiac. Both signs are concerned with security and investment, but their approaches differ widely and swing between unconditional and conditional love sources. This full moon asks us to consider what we're made of, where we come from, what we're building, and who we're lifting the stones of tomorrow for. Capricorn finds its footing in form, and Cancer moves through feeling. As Cancer, Sun, Cap Moon, artist, moodily espouses, only when he no longer knows what he is doing does the painter do good things. Okay, well, we're done. Okay, so that's your reading for the moon, and I hope you take that and you do something very prosperous during this window. You feel me? It's a very strong moon. Shout out to everybody making it through the moon, and I wish you luck. Okay, write down your aspirations on some paper and begin to manifest some things. But do a little bit of deep diving if you need to do a little more, to dig up some more information as to what it is that you just heard. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I am signing out. All right, I got things to do. I want to say thank you for your time. I will see everybody in the building tomorrow for the AAA workshop. If that's what it is that you sign up for, me and the good brother Spence City, we will see you in the building as you pull up. Real quick, a word from our sponsors from the AAA workshop. Let's hear from a word from our sponsors.
AAA TM Master Workshop. Build and deploy the AI empire. Behind the world's next billion-dollar companies, the ultimate 4-week certification to dominate the age of AI with automation, agentic systems, and monetizable APIs. Stop being a spectator in the AI revolution. Build your own automated empire, deploy autonomous agents, and monetize your stack with real APIs in 30 days.
What if you could hire a 24/7 team of employees, developers, and marketers without paying a single salary? Welcome to the AAA TM system, a complete AI, automation, and API training and deployment ecosystem for modern entrepreneurs, consultants, digital creators, and business owners who want to own the infrastructure of the future. In this 4-week live virtual master workshop, you'll go beyond prompts and ChatGPT and engineer the AI stack that powers high-profit, hands-free businesses.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. If this sounds like something that you want to be a part of, tomorrow, like I said, me and the good brother is starting our workshop. If there's anybody in the building who has not even been to one of our workshops, we now have the Triple Threat Workshop box set. This is a bundle of 3 workshops: March Madness, Fantasy Complex Industry, and 1,000 Income Streams. All right, this is the Triple Threat Workshop. make sure you go and get that. That is in the you could either scan that QR code, or you could go into the description. It's in the description. The link to KTL University is in the description, or you could just go to KTL University. But yes, and also the mark125.com. A lot of people have been buying their new summertime drip, the Master Teacher t-shirts, and you've been grabbing the Stone Mountain merchandise. Shout out to everybody that has been snatching up that Stone Mountain merchandise, because, you know, it was a classic. So you get the classic merch. It's only right. You get to rock that. You know what I mean? And once again, the replay is finally available for Monday's lecture. So go ahead and get that. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, peace, love, and light. Y'all stay dangerous, and we will see you soon. You remember me? Peace.
Red, blue, purple light, friends. Red, blue, purple light, friends. Facts. Red, blue, purple light, friends. Red and blue, purple light, friends. Facts. You can get to know the ledger, sacrilegious Sunday to melanin Monday. You can get to know the ledger, my love. Just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road. You better stay on your toes. I was till the land focused on the ego. Then I opened my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, I'm stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah. If we don't put this shit on our backs. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, peace, love and light. Peace, love to the family. Peace, love and light. To the family. Peace, love and light. To the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you, and it's going to provoke you, and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.